Lakefront Living. I'm Mark Hayes here with two lakefront experts today. We're going to talk about one of Florida's best assets, and I would say here in Central Florida, some of the best lakes in the world. We've got Jason Webster of Regal Nautique Orlando. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
And we got Julie Bettosini, our top salesman, and you're in the luxury space, and you're no stranger to lakes, right?
No, actually, I grew up on the lakes in Connecticut and have been coming down here to spend time on the Butler chain of lakes since I was just a kid.
My gosh, you and Jeff Husby go way back, don't you?
We do. We go back 20 plus years.
Oh,
We've known
gosh.
each other for some time and rolled through quite a few boats during those years.
I bet you have. Jason, we're going to start with you. Give us your background at Regal and your fascination with lakes.
Sure. So I grew up here in Central Florida on Lake Conway, so I lived on the water there all through my childhood, and I live on Lake Holden now, so I've always been on the water. I've been working with Jeff at Regal and Nautique for 17 years now. So,
wow.
My fascination and my thrill is everything having to do with the boat and being behind the boat and on the water.
It's a lifestyle.
It's totally a lifestyle. That's what we're selling. We're selling a lifestyle.
So you guys just won a big award, right? Tell our viewers what you just won.
We did. We actually just won #1 service facility for all marine dealers in the country. Huge prestigious award for us. That was it was an amazing accomplishment for us. You know, the service is at least half, if not more, of the entire process of owning and selling a boat. You've got to be able to take care of your clients after the sale.
So the goal of this show is really to highlight the best of the best. And Julie, you're #1 in lakefront sales. And tell the viewers a little bit about your experience on the lakes in Central Florida.
Well, growing up on a lake, much like you did, it's a lifestyle, but it's also a passion. So
Absolutely.
The more you love them, the more you know all about all the lakes in Central Florida. You really have experience in showing people the way, where they should be, what part of town, what type of lake is best for their needs and their desires. Obviously, the Butler chain of lakes is fantastic. It's made up of 11 pristine lakes. You can spend a whole day looking at the beautiful scenery and enjoying everything from tubing to wake surfing to skiing on a few of the slalom courses that are out there. So there is absolutely a
Now you're
ton
jumping
of
into the
fun.
lakes. You're trying to bypass where I want to go. I want you to tell the viewers about your competitive skiing first before we jump into the lakes here.
Well, I've been competitive skiing since I was a kid. I think my first tournament, I was about 7 years old up in New York State, and that brought me actually down here to UCF to competitively ski for the team, and then competed in national competitions. And
aren't you a national champion?
Well, I was. Those were the old days, and nowadays it's just about skiing, staying in shape, and having a fun tournament once a year here and there, and just knowing that you can go out there and still do it if you wanted to. But selling houses is just a little more important in my life right now.
Gotcha. Well, so look, we're gonna dive in to the Butler chain. You mentioned that, and we've got some graphics here we can pull up here. Tell us, both of you, just jump in and tell our viewers why this chain of lakes is so special.
God, the Butler chain of lakes is one of the most pristine and prestigious chains of lakes in the entire state of Florida. You've got 11 lakes of all crystal clear water. You've got sandy beaches. You've got lots and lots of depth in the water, so it's perfect for any discipline of water sports you want to do. From wake surfing to wakeboarding to skiing, you can always find some flat water. There's always a calm shoreline. So
there's a lot of history here with the orange groves, and you have Isleworth, the town of Windermere. These lakes have been really protected, right? I mean, it's...
They are, and they're probably some of the clearest lakes, and when people come down here, I think they're surprised when they go down and walk on that very first dock and go down and go, wow, this is absolutely beautiful, and you can see the fish
bottom.
swimming.
Yeah,
and,
no kidding.
You really appreciate it because you don't get that everywhere. You can go to another lake here in town, and it can be dark from the cypress trees, and you can't see, more than a foot down. So this is special waterfront.
Well, let's talk about Lake Butler here. I'm going to zoom in on this lake here. Let's talk about this particular lake. This is one of our featured lakes today. We'll do this in Lake Sheen, but tell us why Lake Butler is so special.
I think it's special. It's one of the moniker lakes of the Butler chain. It is anchored by Bird Island, which is a beautiful sanctuary, about a 10-acre sanctuary that a lot of recreation happens on the weekends on that western shore over there. There is a great sandy beach where people will pull up with their dogs, kids. It's really quite a social gathering spot. And as you can see from the photos there, how crystal clear the water is, really far out. So Butler chain is fantastic. It's about 1,579 acres. So one of the largest lakes on the chain. There's great bass fishing. I mean, you name it, I can't say enough about it. One of my favorites.
There's even seaplanes that come flying in and out of the lake at some times.
I've seen that. I've seen that. And amazing sunsets.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
So,
Fireworks.
Let's talk about living on this lake, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to find a house on this lake? How competitive is it?
Well, the true trophy properties, it's extremely competitive. And what I mean by trophy property is great move-in ready, fantastic lot, great what I would call land to lake entry, sandy white beach, and really you can count those on two hands, the amount of properties that really are trophy properties.
Well,
so those are competitive.
And you have one, and let's walk through that first property here. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here and kind of zoom in on it.
Absolutely.
Tell us about 808 Main Street.
808 Main Street, one of my favorite homes. This home, I've seen it go through a few transitions since I originally sold it. It's just under 5,000 square feet, could be a 3 to 4 bedroom home. It's currently listed for $3.3 million. It is absolutely beautiful, transitional farmhouse style. You can see that dock that Jason just passed up on. It is probably one of the nicest sandy beaches, the most beautiful dock that winds its way through the cypress trees with an amazing deck that will, what boat would you put in there?
Good Lord, that is a water sports enthusiast house right there. That dock is perfect for a new Super Air Nautique, a G23, which is the biggest, baddest, wakeboard and wake surf boat in the market.
Tell us why.
Landing
Tell us
platforms.
why.
Well, that particular boat, it generates waves that are over waist high so that you can actually surf behind the boat without a rope, which is amazing. It is one of the most winning boats in the industry as far as wake sports go. It's an incredible boat. That I know for a fact that dock will handle a G23. I sold a boat to the previous owner there with a 23-foot boat, the same type, which fits perfectly.
And something that you can probably attest to is it's like actually the Ferrari of docks. So when you actually have a dock like that, you want to sell it a boat that's appropriate for that type of, you just don't go throw a little outboard.
So this is the best of the best with the house. Best of what's the price of that house?
$3.3 million. You can see from the photographs, there was no expense spared. There was just an amazing renovation done recently by Nathan Cross. It is probably one of the most authentically well done renovations I have ever seen. You can walk to the ice cream shop, go down to Farmers Market. It is probably one of the most well-positioned homes available on the market today.
Great location.
And the price of that boat you'd put behind it?
$160,000, $170,000, depending on how you auction it out.
Pennies.
Absolutely.
So you buy the house, we'll do a deal?
We could work something in. I'm sure we could figure something out.
Now you see how this is going down, right? So would you show the house by boat?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We do that all the time, and that's something that we can always coordinate together. If we know we've got someone that is not familiar with the chain of lakes, they're from out of the area, it's probably one of the best things that they could possibly do is actually see the chain of lakes from the inside out, because they will be sold.
It's a great vantage point. Not a whole lot of people get to see the back of their house from the waterfront when they're looking to buy.
So Julie, you have a second house. Tell us about our second house today.
Second house is located at 11103 Bridge House Road in Lake Butler Sound. Completely different lifestyle. This one is elevated, which really makes it special. You can have a nice vantage point from all rooms of the house. It even has an adjacent guest house that has a downstairs man cave that rivals any sports bar I've ever seen. And it is absolutely fantastic. 5 bedrooms. It's on 1.7 acres. It's listed currently for $4.85 million. And between the guest house, see the man cave.
Look at that private cove.
Look at that man cave.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Now, I bet the Super Bowl party there was pretty special.
I'm sure.
So that is absolutely one of the nicest opportunities. And you see here, it's very private in that cove, so you don't get a lot of traffic.
Jason, come back to this picture real quick and show them the cove there.
If you're somebody who wants to spend time outdoors at your pool area, you have so much privacy from the lakeside. There's not a lot of boats that come in there, so you're always just looking at nice, peaceful, calm water.
Right, that's amazing.
Very picturesque back there.
So Jason, what boat would you put behind that house?
That boat, I know for a fact also that dock will handle it to a 23-foot boat, as I sold the previous owner a boat there. It actually has one of the touchless covers, which keeps it nice and protected.
Yeah, those are great to have.
Oh, it's amazing. So that particular house, I would personally probably put a Regal, a 23-foot Regal, a pleasure boat, something that's still capable of your water sports, but is actually a little more picturesque, kind of like the cove there and the setting. It's good for cruising, entertaining, hanging out. So,
So you said 4.8?
Yes.
And how much would the Regal boat cost?
something like that would run you $70,000 to $80,000.
But you'd work out a deal, right? We'll sell a house.
I see the theme here. You're trying to get me to throw some boats in with the sales of the houses.
Yeah,
all I can say is we'll work something out.
We'll work something out. All right, Julie, one more. What's your third house you got today?
The third one is over on Lake Sheen. Lake Sheen is it's down on 8927 Trout Road. And this is a great area. It's super close to Disney. You're going to find it's a little over 3 acres. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath home. It's $1.49 million, which is so nice because this is an opportunity to have either a second home close to the parks at this price point, or you could even utilize it. It is fantastically priced even for vacant land. So you could start afresh, build your dream home. It is well priced for 3 acres on the chain at only under $1.5 million is really hard to find, and still getting those beautiful sandy beaches. It's still a special one. So
look at that view.
Now let's talk about the whole chain. If one was to go from top to bottom, how long would that take to really see it?
You could spend an entire day just tooling around all 11 lakes and probably never see every home on the chain. It's amazing. It's a nice big chain. It's really a fun day. Lots of stuff to do. Like I said earlier, there's always a calm spot on one of the lakes where you could get back behind the boat and have a little fun.
And so, do you have a recommended boat for this house?
Yeah, that house actually, that would be perfect for a Super Air Nautique, a 210, which would be the ultimate kind of a do-everything water sport. You can water ski, you can wakeboard, you can wake surf, and you can just tool around and entertain. So that's a perfect size.
So Julie, walk us through what a day would be like with you showing homes in one of the boats.
Well, it's great because we could, there's a couple of different places that you can meet up and start. Some of these already have boats on their docks that we can utilize, and then also these guys will put them in and pick us up at the very house that we're seeing.
Nice.
And then we take them out. We've got a cooler, we've got drinks and food, and really show them the focal points of the chain, because they're not just buying a house on a street, they're buying the lifestyle of being able to utilize this playground of 11 lakes, which you just, it's really, I can't even describe how special it is to be fortunate enough to live on the chain of lakes.
When Bubba Watson came to Central Florida, you guys dropped a boat in, and he said that was one of the key reasons. He saw the backs of the homes. Sure. He saw how private it was, how romantic it was, how fun it was.
Right.
That's right.
And that was one of the main reasons why he moved here. What advice would you give somebody if they don't know what kind of boat to drive? Do you guys demo boats? Walk us through that. We do.
We demo boats. We've got a vast plethora of different styles and types of boats, of course, at the dealership. So our main concern is making sure that you buy the right boat, not just the boat of the day. We want to make sure that we figure out what your type of envisioning of your day on the water to be, and then we'll get you on the water and walk you through kind of the different areas and see what you think would be your perfect day on the water. And from there, we'll tool you into the right model.
And you do that?
We do that, absolutely. And we also have we have a new professional that started with us, Danny Harf.
That's right.
He's a four-time X Games champion.
Gold medalist.
Been in the water sports industry his entire life.
That's crazy.
Sheer luck. We flipped a coin. He said, "Yeah, we'll go ahead and work for you."
But I think
it was great.
What's really neat that Jason said is they're just like we are. If you are truly passionate about your craft, you will find the right fit for that person. And so if you're going to go ahead and buy a wonderful house, but you happen to be into fishing and you go there, they may put you in a deck boat, and something that is a little more all-around family friendly versus somebody like myself where we just want, a utilitarian, wonderful competitive ski boat versus somebody who might go into one of the larger wakeboard boats that are just so unbelievably decked out that are, you know, I mean, you can, it's a house and it's, you know what I mean, it's fantastic. So we do the same thing.
Right.
And so, you know, oftentimes, and I can remember one client in particular that I brought to the showroom, and then it was just a matter of you guys feeling them out, finding the right boat, and then they're like super happy. They've gone ahead, they've shown them how to use it, boat safety, all the things that are important.
Well, the house will sell the boat will sell the house.
That's
you know,
right.
we work together in figuring out what
Absolutely.
the absolute best model and style for you.
You guys sold a boat to a dear friends of mine, the Smiths, and he was bragging that you could be skiing and push a button and the boat changes the wake.
Absolutely.
The technology of the boat, that's so cool.
Technology's come so far in these crafts. It's really neat.
Now, do you give out, how can someone contact you? You got your cell phone? What's the main number or website?
Yeah, so the main number at Regal and Nautique of Orlando is 407-425-2628. I think you got it up on the screen there, which is perfect. You can contact us anytime. Of course, that's my email. Reach out anytime. I'm unfortunately working 7 days a week. You know, my wife would say unfortunately because I'm
You're
ready
going
to
into
pick
your
up the phone
crazy
all the
season,
time.
right? The boat show's coming up, and
yeah, it's nuts. We never really slow down being in the water sports capital of the world in Orlando, but it's this time until about November it gets insane. So
that's exciting.
Call us soon. You know, book your appointment. Let's get you on the water. Let's find the right boat for you, and make it happen.
And so, Julie, how can someone contact you to see some of these homes by boat?
Very easy. Pick up the phone, call 407-909-5903, and we are happy to set up an appointment. 3 of some of the most amazing opportunities that we've shared with you today. We also have others, but I just wanted to share a couple of my favorites that I think are not going to last on the market long. So an opportunity now that the weather's warming up, it's time to get out there, buy, so you can put that boat in and start enjoying.
Absolutely.
So guys, there's 600 lakes, I think, in the county. And so what this show is, Living on the Water, is each week we're going to pick a new lake, new home opportunities, and some boats. We're going to roll down through it. So please subscribe to this channel and give your comments. And if you have direct questions, you can contact them or go through the show. Sarah Cohen's over here on every show taking your comments. And if you'd like to come on the show, just give us a call and invite you on and tell your story. Lord knows you guys have a lot of those stories, a lot of satisfied customers. So
I want to know when we're actually take this show to the water and do it from the boat.
We're going to do that. We're going to do that.
I'm ready to have some fun. The studio winter stuff is getting a little bit.
Okay. So you're going to pull the rabbit out in March. We're going to do an event, right, on Lake Olivia. And you've agreed to ski, young lady.
I have not yet agreed to ski.
Yes, you have. Yes, she's going to ski. Jeff, you hear that?
I heard it was on lock. I heard it was done.
I heard I was driving the boat.
No, we got drones. We got bounce houses, food trucks. It's going to be in March.
Hey, I'm a really good tuber. You're down the boat, and I'll tube for you.
All right.
Great driver. So I'll be happy to be in the driver's seat.
Thanks for watching Living on the Water. I'm Mark Hayes with Jason Webster and Julie Bettosini. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Nice.
Not bad, was it?
That wasn't so awkward.
That was fun.
Yeah, you guys didn't even realize I'm wearing my water ski.